So lately I've been noticing a lot of conflicts between, the different user bases. The Android, iPhone, the Apple, and whatever other many millions of companies out there. These fan bases and these people who use these products have started to attack each other for what they prefer. Okay, I'm gonna explain myself a little bit better here. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, I'm going to be focusing mainly on the Android side here. People who hate on Apple users and Apple products for no particular reason and then say that because you use an Apple product, you're an idiot or you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. Thing is, it's really not that. Instead of fighting over small things like this, we could just be tech fans and experience this amazing era of changing smartphones. There's foldable smartphones coming and we could all enjoy that with being a tech fan base, not an Android, iOS kind of battle going on here, because that is what makes this whole technology universe so diverse. And I'm going to be showing you guys some examples of people who just can't even get it through and don't seem to understand other people's personal preference. So let me read you a few comments from a very popular tech YouTuber's Linus Tech Tips video on 10 ways iPhone is just better. Homies still buy iPhones because they still think they're innovative. Okay, I need to clarify one thing with, everything out there, not just iPhone. Right now, the market doesn't need innovation. It needs compromise. What that means is, coming out with the most revolutionary, most innovative piece of tech will not boost your sales up to 100%. It's really the compromise, the budget segment that's really picking up fire right now, because budget phones are getting good, okay? Premium phones are also progressing, but then budget phones are getting closer and closer to being that perfect match between two, where you don't have to spend too much to get very crappy experiences. You can still spend less and get a decent phone. Yeah, I think that's something that people don't understand. But always innovating just leads to complete crap, like the Pixel. Now I know many of you guys would point out to me that, hey, you hate on the Pixel a lot, you hate on the Galaxies, then what are you talking about here? I hate on the product, not the person who uses it. Just because I know someone who uses a Samsung product or a Pixel for that matter, doesn't mean I hate them and I won't talk to them. If I don't like a particular thing, which is a non-living thing, it's not to be reflected on the user itself. It's their personal preference. And while I may not understand the pros of that, they might certainly prefer. These new iPhones are going to be the same old iPhones. I mean, come on Apple, do something innovative. Still going with Lightning port, no design change after 3 years. Again, the market doesn't need innovation, it needs compromise. And second off, the iPhone design doesn't change all that much within 3 years. So does every phone out there. The Galaxy devices don't change design every single year. They change like in pairs of 4, 5 or even 6 years sometimes. I don't understand how this applies only to the iPhone and not other manufacturers, because clearly they are doing the same thing too. Your whole channel is full of iSheep freaking out about a generic iPhone or the 3rd year in a row. Yeah, this is something I see many people bringing up, that Apple sheep are completely stuck in the iPhone and the Apple ecosystem. And to that I say, is that a problem? Being in a particular ecosystem doesn't affect you as a person. And if I told you to switch away from your Android Windows ecosystem, yeah, funny I call that ecosystem, you would probably bring up 1,000 reasons why Apple sucks and that Apple ecosystem doesn't work and that Windows and Android is clearly superior. Now of course, I don't care about that, you're just hating on the product. But when it gets personal, like this is my fault, if you say that, that's something that's not acceptable. Not even the slightest bit. So many iSheep voted iPhone. Eewee! Yeah, Android fanboys, if you're depressed over the fact that the iPhone won the poll, then I guess you should just keep quiet and get out of the place, because, I mean, clearly you can see the poll scores. Okay, this is a very interesting one. Let's begin. Everyone chooses iPhone because they want crap. Who chooses Android are the one who want features. Is this like a predetermined stereotype? Like people who choose Android phones are the only ones who get features, and that when you choose iPhones, you get crap? Is that really a predefined superstition? That I don't get that. Okay, how can 50% vote for iPhones when their design is totally same? iSheeps. They can, because they got the fan base, okay? Your audience are more iPhone fanboys than smartphone enthusiasts. So I suspect you'll be better off making iPhone content. The audience usually ends up being a reflection of the content. Again, the market share is more. More people buy iPhones. And personally, this is my favorite one. Understand one major difference. The reason anyone would be excited for the next iPhone or any new iPhone is simply because they are not tech enthusiasts. They simply do not know much about technology and go with iPhone for the name. Most Samsung customers are educated on tech, and Apple customers are the opposite. Guys, it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum you are. Either you use an Android phone, a Windows PC, or use the complete full-on Apple ecosystem. It doesn't change the fact that you're interested in tech or you know something about tech. It doesn't change that fact. If I told you because you use an Android phone, you don't know what tech is, you would be triggered and you would probably come up with 100 reasons why I'm wrong and that I should correct myself and I should move away from my personal preference. Simply saying that someone is not educated on tech isn't a valid conversation at all. The reason I brought myself and show myself as an Apple sheep on this channel is because I want to bring some light to the people who preferred Apple products. I feel they're given an unfair disadvantage in every part of the tech community. I'm here to tell you what the big YouTubers won't tell you. Most of the big YouTubers would just critique an Apple product and be like, the iPad Pro is good, but then it can't do this, so it sucks, and then I won't use it. And then once they're done critiquing the Apple product, they go ahead and open their cupboards, take out their MacBook Pros, they edit their video, they publish it from the MacBook Pro, they tweet about it on their iPhone, and they'll continue using their Apple products. This is the day-to-day picture that's happening right now. And yeah, I have a couple of friends that are probably watching right now who used to tell me Apple would remove the camera in 2020 and tell you to buy a separate DSLR for 1 lakh rupees. And if there's anything, any company would ask you to do that. If you saw the Note 10 unveiling, they removed the headphone jack on that thing. So it's not only Apple that's doing this. Everyone is following in Apple footsteps. Apple removed the headphone jack. 1 year later, everybody, all the Chinese manufacturers, everybody ditched it from their phones. Now Samsung's doing it. Google already did it 2 years ago. And the sole survivor of the headphone jack is only LG right now. LG is the only one keeping the headphone jack around. And no matter what, the competition will continue to copy iPhones because that's what sells well. Anyways guys, this is your Apple Sheep and I will see you on the next one.